Welcome everyone. Today we are going to do our Leo reading for June 2021. This is of course for Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Many of you are just guided to the channel, and for whatever the reason, thank you for listening to your intuition. Some of you are in love with the Leo. I have Leos in my life that I love dearly. My son, August 12th, who has passed over. My mom, August 5th. She's also, they're together. And my now boyfriend, Sam, is right on the cusp. It's August 23rd, so he's Virgo, but definitely Leo cusp. So, though I'm your neighbor, I guess to the north, I'm a Virgo, I understand Leo energy very, very well. Alright, let's go ahead and get right into it. We're going to start with our Mother Mary Oracle deck. I've been feeling my son's energy so strong lately, so I feel like one of the reasons is, I feel like I always get messages from these readings too. I'm definitely open to all that, right? Because many times the things that I say, I feel are coming from, let's say, a higher energy. And some of the things I also need to do, right? But anyway. I certainly welcome it. Well, thank you. We have self-respect. Self-respect. I honor and love myself through my healthful actions. I honor and love myself through my healthful actions. Self-respect. We'll read it at the end, and trust me, it just pulls the whole reading together. Okay, let's go ahead and bring the Tarot in. We're going to start with the Tarot of Dreams. Already pre-shuffled all my decks, or the decks that I'm going to use. But I like to give it a few shuffles with you here. Okay, so we have the Two of Pentacles. Interesting. It almost opens the reading with a question of a do I or don't I. Comes from a pretty grounded energy, though. It's interesting because I'm looking at this. Let me bring this down. I think I did, but I'm looking at this Two of Pentacles card, and I'm looking at this fear. I guess it is fear. And I feel like this person is controlling energy. Like has two balls in the air and is controlling both of them. Now, is that good or is that bad? I don't know. Because if it's your energy, it's grounded. We have the Nine of Swords. Not what I was expecting. But here it is. We have the Knight of Swords. Interesting because it feels like you need to make a decision quickly. Some of you may have heard something that came in, something that maybe you did not want to come in. But nonetheless, like, all the energy is still moving back to that grounded energy. So, the Nine of Swords at this moment is in the middle of the spread right now. And that is excess worry. That is thinking something over. That is thinking doom, right? That whatever I touch will turn to doom, will turn to ashes. This may be things that you're hearing too. You know what I mean? Like, hopefully they're not things that you're saying to another, because I feel like the Nine of Swords ask us not to take on that energy, right? Because it's taken something and allowing it to snowball in one's head. But with the Knight of Swords, it's kind of pushing in that type of energy. With the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, well, there's one of those pentacles. And then look at this, we have the World. And this is interesting because, both of them are round. We start with, you having both these balls up in the air, or pentacles up in the air. And, it's a question, but it doesn't even really feel like a question here. And then you have the World below that with the Ace of Pentacles, and it feels like, well, there they are. There they are. So, this could certainly be some type of opportunity, because the Ace is really a blessing that comes into your physical world. This is something that comes into your physical world. So, perhaps I can make physical changes, so to speak. And then the World energy is, it's a new beginning. It's the next portal, right? Hopefully it's the next vibration. And that may be why the energy of self-respect comes in. I feel like the Nine of Swords and that energy are tied together. But nonetheless, here is this Ace of Pentacles. And here I am now moving into it. Oops, I did it backwards. So, someone could fear that it's almost like, you find yourself like a two. Often I feels like a crossroad. Crossroad doesn't have to be bad. It can be anything. Like, at that crossroad, there's opportunity on this path, or there's what I'm used to on this path, right? It's a continuation. And at each crossroads, I get to stop and make a choice which way I want to go, right? That's free will. That's free will. And sometimes, we don't know where those paths are going to lead us. And that's when we just have to trust, right? If I'm thinking now, if I'm in the Nine of Swords energy, this is like extreme worry, right? But a lot of these things, a lot of these worries, whatever going on here, this is energy. I feel like, when I look at it, that's all it takes is looking at it. And then it just like, it kind of like dissolves, right? It doesn't move forward with you. But it is self-realization. That's why, and she's looking back like at that, at the Two of Pentacles and self-respect. Choose self-respect. All right. We have the Page of Cups. And then we have the Seven of Swords. Okay. Well, what it feels like is you just been around some energy that is not good for you. This can be in a person. This could be in a job. This is something that feels, it doesn't feel for you. It feels against you. If truth be told. And I feel like the Knight of Swords is, his job is to bring in the truth. So he's bringing into the Nine of Swords. Well, maybe I don't want to know that. Maybe I don't want to, even if I know it, I don't want to know it type thing. And why? Well, because maybe it then requires me to take action. Like once I know what I know, then I'm going to know that the next step is action, right? And however, I want to say, with the World card here, this is the potential of really entering into a very spiritual time. Hopefully, like in your anxiety, your guides, hopefully you asked, your guides for help, and that's what you receive. Because the Page of Cups below that talks about self-love, right? And we're getting this self kind of energy, you know, and I don't know, in a way I feel like I may need to learn how to love again, but it's going to have to start with me loving myself first. I'm in no way talking about ego, though, we don't want to say that ego doesn't have a place in our life. But, and sometimes I feel in this Page of Cups, it's saying, you say you love yourself, but do you allow yourself to have these experiences that could potentially bring you joy, right? And that's really what it's about. I'm going through it. Listen, for some reason, I allow myself to go through the hard ones. Why do I not allow myself to go through the good ones, right? And I know what some of you answers going to say right at the bat was the Seven of Swords here, because it's hard to trust. And it's like traveling back to you, saying, well, even if it's hard to trust someone else, it took hold of you and what it's done to you. Now, I'm only saying this because it's no way to blame you. It's just saying, maybe I've been around energy that I really can't trust, and it's doing a number on me. Well, then maybe one of my options is starting something new, something for me, right? I feel like even through the hardships, it's like you have learned through your spirituality, right? And, I feel like the theme of the month is us having to look at us and what we take on, right? Because in the Nine of Swords, it's unnecessary, it's excess, and it doesn't get you anywhere. Matter of fact, when I'm in that energy, I often feel like I'm asking the question, why do these things keep happening to me? I gotta look at my own energy, my own vibration. It's got a shadow aspect to it, and in the shadow you got to seek the light. Okay, but same time, I want to say I totally get it. It all makes sense. Many of us I feel like many of us have traveled this path, just in different types of experiences. So here's this Ace of Pentacles, and look at that. We have the Empress. Oh, beautiful. It's interesting because we have the Nine of Swords, and then with the Empress, I always think 9 months also, because, she's usually giving birth to something. I feel like in one way you're giving birth to your spirituality. And this Ace of Pentacles seems to be your way, like your opportunity to, I feel like, grow something with that. Because this is really about creativity. This is talking about kind of what I was just saying, like the Page of Cups. I know for some of you can be a person, but I feel like probably for the majority of us, it's talking about our emotional house. And almost like, can I even love again? That type of thing. But it's directing back to you only, and I feel like it may be saying, sometimes we meet people and, they're just liars, right? And and it sucks, but they're liars. And, we learn that early on. But sometimes we somehow buy into it, right? And then we give it time, right? We move into it, we give it roots, that type of thing. And I feel like this is saying, you know, I just need to have that awareness because I have the ability to feel someone's energy. But in the Nine of Swords, I worry about that because that's more fear-based type energy. So I feel like, honestly, you know, for some reason it feels like, you know, perhaps your self-respect was taken away and you need to now you're rebuilding yourself to the Empress. You know, this is the queen of creativity. This is the queen that can take, or you know, the Empress can take that pentacle and she can create anything with it. Really, she can take that pentacle and create the most amazing life because she has this wisdom. And wisdom can only be gained through experience. And then knowing where we get stuck, where we take on other people, where we allow other people to take away our respect. But then again, are we demanding respect? So looking at all that, right? And that is part of you learning you. And I feel like learning even your soul, life lessons. That's what you're here for, right? To learn these things about, okay, like how am I here in this earthly body? But anyway, the world to me is, it just feels kind of like a brand new life, to be honest. I think I'm going to stop it there and bring out, well, let's look at the bottom. So we have the Knight of Cups. Interesting. Someone may want to, or, you know, may be trying to offer you their cup. And you're not sure about that. Maybe a cup that you need to deliver to yourself. Alright, we're going to bring the Light Seers Chariot in. We have the Hierophant. So the Hierophant, first of all, it's a card of Taurus. The Hierophant is about your belief system. Where is it? You know, questioning it. It's a 5, so it may be saying that, like taking on other people's belief system, and therefore, you know, I always feel like I'm living their life, but I'm not living my life, right? I'm here, you know, my soul's here also for a reason. And it's not all about just loving someone, right? It's also about you and what you create, what you overcome, how you react, all that. And the Hierophant is just a reminder of you and your belief system, your faith. You know, have you lost your faith? This says maybe you should bring it back. Because, you know, if there's change that's needed through this energy, I'm telling you, I feel like it may just put you right where maybe you always wanted to be. You know, often we think things are impossible. Like, I can't be over there, right? I'm so stuck where I'm at right here. And I may feel like I'm going to be stuck there forever. That is, you know, that's your mind. Because I feel like there's plenty of times, plenty of chances, plenty of signs that may be given. But it's when the self wants to see it, really. We have the King of Wands. So, it's going to be Leo. Aries, Sagittarius. I feel like it's talking more about you. You are the one carrying this worry. We have the Eight of Cups. You know, I'm just going to be honest. I feel like someone is trying to make the decision of whether to walk away from someone that they feel that they cannot trust. Not just that, I feel like in a way they have taken, you know, they've taken the title of Empress away, and but only you can allow that, you know. And I don't mean that. I don't mean that like you're weak. I just mean these are the realizations that come with eights, right? New beginnings. But I feel like you're walking away from, you know, in a way, I feel someone's kind of bullshit. But where are you heading? You're heading towards, you know. So here's your guide saying, you know, you're walking away from this harsh energy, because it is harsh and it puts you in a very uncomfortable type of energy. Not your natural type energy, because you know you're really the go-getter. So I feel like you're having these realizations, and with the Eight of Cups, I do feel like you're walking away. And let's remember, when you leave the Eight of Cups, that's saying, I decided to get emotional clarity within myself and to put my emotional self back together and find my own fulfillment. So that's what the Eight of Cups is. It's putting those cups back up. And then it's moving on. Now she's moving to the Nine of Cups, and that is self-fulfillment. And it's interesting how many of us feel like we're going to find that fulfillment from another, but it's within you. Like, you know, you don't have to wait for another to give you this fulfillment that you're seeking. You can have it yourself. And this Ace of Pentacles is clearly your guides being, boom, you know, we'll show you opportunity. We'll show you, we'll make sure these opportunities show up. Well, hello, Nine of Pentacles. So some of you, it's like you're creating businesses, right? This Ace of Pentacles is now, you know, it's now you creating, building. You know, this is success. This tells you, if you've been questioning that, right? Will I have success in what it is I want to do? I feel like absolutely you will, but there's someone or something that I feel like 100% hinders you from, you know, I almost feel like a dream you don't even know you have. You know, that's what it feels like. I feel like it's a dream you don't even know you have. Especially those are in the Nine of Swords, because you're in this shadowy energy, right? You got to navigate through that shadowy energy, and it's telling you what's part of the problem is the lack of self-respect. Now I feel like someone has stolen it, so to speak, and now it's like you're rebuilding yourself in that energy. You know, and normally that can turn into depression and, you know, really major anxiety, but I do feel like you get a hold of it. I really do. I feel like it's like, you know, because you're looking back at that Two of Pentacles, and I feel how grounded that is. And then you have the Hierophant there saying, you know, and this is the connection to above, with the world underneath that. You know, this is understanding my spiritual journey, to be honest. I feel like this is what's happening to you. You're really learning, like, wow, you know, I have much more power than I think I have. So, anyways, I feel like, so you get through this storm. The Eight of Cups is you moving towards this self-satisfaction. And then you have the Nine of Pentacles over the Ace. You know, this is something you're meant to do. This is something that 100% can grow. And what's it coming from? It's coming from your own wisdom. It's coming from the energy of the Empress. That's what's feeding it. This Empress is taking whatever this Ace is, epiphanies, whatever it is, and she's nurturing it. You know, let's think about patience, right? Patience, allowing something to you know, like I don't want to give birth to it before it's time, right? I intuitively know when it's time to give birth to it. And I feel like the Eight of Cups is moving you towards that energy. So when I say that I feel like there's a dream out there that you don't even realize yet that you have, it's almost like you trip into it. And then, wow, okay, let's keep going. We have the Six of Cups coming over the world. Well, this can talk about someone of your past, someone who you have happy memories of, childhood memories, you know, of a person or time. It's also a way that you look at things, right? I look at the good of, you know, humanity instead of the bad. We have the Chariot. Wow. You know, the Chariot's a reward. We have the Page of Swords coming over that Seven of Swords. I have to tell you, I feel like this is you. It's like when you look back now, or let's say I'm moving you into the future, and I look back at what energy I was in, whether it was from a person or a place, whatever it was. It couldn't have been a substance, right? Something, there is, there's been something that feels like it's been burning in you. But I feel like you ultimately have this opportunity to learn, truly learn, because you know she's studying from a book, and it's like boom, epiphanies. Right when I felt the Empress is having epiphanies, a light bulb goes off, another bulb goes off. So there is in no way do I feel like if this, whatever this energy in the Seven of Swords is, I feel like it can't exist in the page, because this is me, you know, in some way understanding it. And in that way, it puts me on a path of perhaps creating from that, right? We have, look at this, the Four of Wands, and, you know, it's in my hand reversed. And, you know, in a way that kind of sucks, right? Because I don't like to see anything end, but I have to tell you here. So this is about a commitment, right? The Four of Wands, it's about two people who want to commit to each other, who couldn't imagine not committing. However, it's in reverse. So I know somewhere the commitment is no longer there. Now, maybe this is something you feared, because that meant that action was going to be then required, and that may mean, damn, I got to change my life, right? But at the same time, I feel like, I don't know, because I feel like you're going to look back at this energy and you're going to say to yourself, like, man, what was wrong with me? And there was nothing wrong with you, because I feel like ultimately you learned a lot from it. And not just that, but you also learn to trust your energy when someone is being untruthful to you. So you feel it, right? And if it happens again, you say, you know what, I'm going to feel it. And if I feel it, I'm going to trust that. I'm going to trust that. You know, you don't ever want to lower the vibration that you have been working for. And in the World card, that tells me that that you're really walking within your spirituality, but we're always still learning, right? But it is that type of energy. And the Chariot says there's a reward over you overcoming and understanding this harshness I feel that you've been in. Because you're looking back at it only for its wisdom. Some of you may actually be writing a book, like I lived with a narcissist, how did I survive? This is how I survived. This is the understanding that I had, right? So it's taking my experiences and then helping others with them. And that's certainly what the Empress does. And the Empress is both very, she's gentle, but she's powerful. I mean powerful, but she's gentle. She doesn't have to raise her voice to make her point. Her energy does it for her. So anyways, so we have the Chariot, and the Chariot is movement. The Chariot kind of promises you that there is no limit to this energy. This is you controlling it, right? You control it you control the reins with your mind. It's like mind control, which I feel like is part of energy. And it's balance. It's a balance of the light and the dark within me, right? We all carry that Nine of Swords energy, but it is man-made, right? And our job is to figure that out and to learn from it and what have you. So the Chariot says you have, you do, or you will. And a lot of it is of the mind. So it's not allowing someone else to control you in that way. So, I don't know. Don't be surprised if some of you write a book. You're reading a book and you get a lot of ideas from it. And I feel like, whatever ideas you start to receive, pay attention to them. We have the Four of Pentacles. We have the King of Pentacles. And then we have the Four of Swords. Okay, so first of all, this is healing over yourself, over the light and the shadow, and helping you find the balance of it. For some of you, I just have to say, if I'm ending something, this Page of Cups that I felt in the beginning was about also you, because I feel like I question, like, could I even love again? And I want to say yes, that you can love again. You were just loving the wrong person, giving your energy away to the wrong type of person. However, sometimes these people are master manipulators. So, getting away is good enough. Just getting away can be good enough. Even if I take nothing with me but what I can carry on my back. I feel like the universe is saying, you decide to do that, we will drop this Ace of Pentacles in front of you. So, anyways, the healing. And then I have this King of Pentacles, who is attached to the world, but also attached to the Six of Cups. So, some of you may find that there is someone of your past who... It's interesting, I got 2 4s around him. Almost like he's a master of something. Maybe he is a professor, something, I don't know. I feel like this, if this is talking about love, and I know it's not for everyone, but you know what? This is almost saying, don't worry about love, because I feel like the dream that's out there is about you. And once you're like in like 100% you, creating and expressing yourself and making sure that your own foundation is strong, both spiritually in your faith, but also in your material world. Like, when you start trusting the epiphanies, the Empress takes something from nothing and creates, the world from it. Very, very creative energy. And I have to say, it takes a lot to throw the Empress. I don't even know if you can throw the Empress off her throne. And I think this is in all of us, but it's getting to that. It's almost like as we learn, jumping vibrations. getting lighter and lighter, going higher and higher. And in that energy, we receive more and more, because I feel like we are meant to learn, like, what does my soul want to do here on this earth? Why did my soul come here? It certainly can't be, maybe the lesson was, maybe I wanted to be with someone who manipulated me, and I wanted to see if I would be strong enough to get out of it. It's like a test that my soul says, okay, I'm willing to take that on. Because your soul's maybe thinking to themselves, even if it takes a while, I know that I'll overcome it, right? I feel like, this King of Wands with this lion behind him is powerful and almost like an adventurer. And maybe I've given that up. Maybe I stopped being that person, taking these adventures. So I feel like this is like a different vibration, guys, because especially with the Two of Coins, what do? I have these maybe two opportunities. I stay or I do this. Well, here is this. Here it is. Anyway, I feel like this king may be attached to someone that you used to know. I feel that is wise, who is intelligent. Let's say that. I do feel like he's intelligent. And, like divine heals you, no doubt. But sometimes, you may find, like when you least expect it, because over here you're concentrating hard on this part of you. This is what Spirit is, or Divine is saying. If you put this wasted energy of the Nine of Swords, and it is wasted, figure out your emotional house. Believe in yourself again. Believe in yourself again. Here are the opportunities. Here is something. And again, for some of you, it's the creation of a business. And it may be after a commitment. I don't feel like you are for the worse, because I feel the opposite. Like you start to feel very empowered. So, again, and who knows what you're moving towards. I mean, here is the next chapter. Here it is. Do you have to believe in yourself to enter into the chapter of the world? I believe you do. I feel like this is the closest I've been to God in all my life. Closest I've felt to a connection of all my life. This is a time when my connection and my faith lead me. And some of you, it can talk about someone of earlier days. And you know what? No wonder they're showing the King of Pentacles, whether it's Earth or not. They're showing this really laid back type of energy. And I feel like it's the opposite of what you were in. And it's almost like you need, well, I don't know if you need, but I feel like this person could also, for some of you, help you in the healing of thyself. The healing of thyself. I feel like he comes very strong and very stable with these 2 fours connecting him, and he's in the world, so he's in the chapter, but yet potentially this could be someone you have happy memories of. Chariot can be the card of Cancer, by the way. I don't know if I said that. I don't feel like we even need to go into signs. I feel like what has been said has been said. So I feel like it's funny, I think I'm going to name your title that. Allow yourself to find that dream that you never knew you had, because it's there. And not only is it there, but through your own power, but also your gentleness, your caring, your compassion, your empathy, not for people who are just assholes, who are just liars, who are just narcissists. You don't just, there's nothing you can do but cut the energy. And that means, boom. Like, and I know that doesn't mean it's easy. But I do feel like that is the answer there. Anyway, I'm not worried about this non-commitment, because in a way, I feel like it's time to commit to yourself. Commit to yourself and create for yourself, and be who I feel like you're truly meant to be in this Nine of Pentacles. If nothing else, it talks about success in this physical world, right? But it comes of your doing. You know, the nine is the reflection. So that's the reflection is what allowed me maybe to even build these pentacles. So we don't want to look at our past as shame on me, this or that. Look at it differently. Look at it as experiences. Sometimes we just stay too long, but that again is a lesson. Next time we know better, right? Trust your energy as it comes to, for some of you who are saying, I don't know if I can love again. Trust what you feel, not what you think, so to speak. You know. And I think I'm going to leave it there, but I am going to read the card. So let's go to self-respect. You know, I don't know, all of a sudden I thought there may be someone who just thinks all the time that there'll never be someone who's trustworthy. I feel like, you know, maybe not in in that energy, you're right, but in different energy, almost different vibrations, almost different, if we want to say illusions, in another illusions, the opposite of this harshness exist, right? You just got to go get it. You got to go find it. It's there. Anyway, I don't know what made me say all that. Mother Mary deeply cares for you, your welfare, and your happiness. She asks you to respect yourself enough to take good care of yourself. Remember that you're God's child and creation. By respecting yourself, you are honoring God. The answer to your present question lies within another question. Which path would be most respectful of me and make me feel the best about myself? Self-respect increases when your actions are aligned with your true belief. This card asks you to stop doing anything that makes you feel ashamed or guilty, and to focus all of your attention upon that which makes you proud to be you. Wow. Amen. Amen. Wow. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. I loved it. And I want to thank, you know, each and every guide that was involved. I want to thank you. You know, sometimes that Seven of Swords can be our own crosses that we're bearing, and we've got to see them. We've got to do something with them. They can interfere, no matter what. I feel like, you know, this energy can certainly interfere with your true potential. So, sometimes we just have to cut ties. And I don't know. You just never know what lies on the road ahead. I love you guys. Thank you as always. I will see you in the readings. Bye-bye.